ready for adventure? We're Mo and Joy, lifelong friends who love to travel. Join us as we share our travel stories, enjoy delicious foods, and discover new friends. We'll share random thoughts, talk about life in the South, and the hilarious lessons we've learned along the way. We're not just sharing our experiences. We want to inspire you to get out there and explore. So buckle up. It's time to hit the road with Mo and Joy. Welcome to Hit the Road with Mo and Joy. Hi Mo, how's it going?
Hi Joy, I'm excited to be back for season 2.
Yes, it is May. Happy
I know.
May to you.
Happy May to you. Well, you know, the May flowers, the April showers.
Yes.
All of that stuff.
April is over and now we've got some dry weather again, which is really nice.
And Cinco de Mayo is coming up.
Yes. Absolutely. That's one of my favorite holidays, in fact.
Nachos, tortillas, tacos.
All the things. Guacamole.
Guacamole.
Yes. So what have you been up to since our break? We're back for season 2.
Yes.
And it has been an extended break. What have you been up to?
Well, a couple of things. So first of all, I would say I'm going to get past the nerdy part. I've done a lot of reading. As you know, my Page Turner book group, that challenge for 2026 came out January 1st. I've just been flying through that. There's been some awesome, really excellent books.
How many books have you read at this point?
Oh my gosh. So I think I only have 3 left to finish the entire year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So a lot of reading.
That's awesome.
Was happy to get to the goal of completely cleaning out my herb garden.
Yep.
You know, I've reused the soil a couple times, and it did great, but it was time for a complete overhaul. I have visited some family. Yeah. Walked the beach and tried to force myself to get out there and get some nice salty air. And I think a favorite is trying out some cafes that I had on my list. Actually, I got to take you to one of my little coffee shops.
Yes, Sunrise Brew.
Yes, which is awesome. And I think the last thing I would really say is more tied here to the travel podcast. We wound up expanding to Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
The end of season 1. Honestly, that has taken a little bit of getting used to. For me, it works differently than Instagram, but I'm definitely getting the hang of it a little bit better. So I've been trying to maintain our socials while on break, and that's been kind of fun and a little bit more growth for me. Tell us what you've been doing on the break.
Awesome. So I did some travel, which we're going to talk about today.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I have been working on some of my art pieces a little more.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I moved from acrylic to alcohol inks, and that has been a really interesting change for me.
I need to see that.
Yeah. I've enjoyed it. It's cool the way that the medium flows and everything. But also been working on another project that I'm not ready to talk about just yet.
Is it a secret?
To the universe. It's not a secret, but it's just something that I've been working on for a long time, and it's been in my heart. And
okay,
I'm hoping to tell you guys about it soon, but we'll see. Let's see if we actually do it.
Awesome.
And then I've also been working on some of our merchandise.
Oh,
Yes,
boy.
We have merchandise. Let me show you. Is this my camera? Yeah. Look at this gorgeous scarf.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's upside down.
Yeah, I was about to say, wait a minute. Bring it back. Flip it over. Let me see.
Wait, where is it? Okay. Yeah, so it's like Psalm 91. And it's
that's beautiful. I love the color.
all this beautiful artwork. I developed this in AI. You can wear it like this.
Yeah.
Or you can put it, and we're like,
oh, you're demoing.
yes.
Nice.
I took it with me on my trip, and it just felt like it was that extra layer of protection or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I love it. And if you guys want one, you can go out to hittheroadwithmoandjoy.com/merch, and you can order one.
That's beautiful.
It is.
Speaking of merch, we also got a couple of inaugural Hit the Road with Mo and Joy travel journals.
Yes.
And we actually wound up, just for fun, and then it kind of took off. We've created a segment called Where's My Journal?
Yep.
And you have actually, with all of your travels, been carrying it around with you. Mm-hmm. And so that is something that we are going to continue. And we got a couple of extras. I think we will want to maybe modify and rethink some of the looks and feels going forward. But probably going to do, 1 or 2 giveaways.
Absolutely.
For a travel journal, because I think I'm trying to inspire the use of travel journals for
Absolutely.
sure.
And it makes such a difference when you
Right.
use a travel journal, and
I think so.
we've learned that
For sure. What else?
That's about it.
That's a lot. And, I just realized that I have not done any art in a long time.
Right.
We used to challenge ourselves to do all of those things. And it made me remember the guy that I went to high school with in art class. And I had honestly forgotten all about that. Every year, our art teacher would have us do self-portrait in whatever medium.
Oh, wow.
And I was so amazed because he wound up sharing with me that he has carried that tradition on.
Oh.
And what he does is he has 1 minute of art time for every year of his life to do a self-portrait.
Oh. So I wonder if they get better and better, or if they morph into different formats, or what.
I was honestly, I'd like to do it, but self-portraits weren't really one of my favorites.
Right.
And I haven't done that in so long. Ooh. I might try to, but I love that he is so transparent that he shares them publicly.
Oh, wow.
On his Facebook with his friends.
How cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a good challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. It's really great to be back, by the way.
Yes, it's great to see you guys. We missed
It
you.
is. Yes. But it was also nice to have the downtime,
Right.
for you to travel, for me to take care of some things. We definitely got in a little bit of planning, but thankfully we're pretty decent in the planning bucket. Mm-hmm. So we had a lot of planning already kind of taken care of.
Yep.
So we just really had to refine.
Yes. We have been working on our processes and figuring out what works and what doesn't. And
Right.
Miss Project Manager over here, she keeps us straight. And we've both been getting a little more creative, which has been fun. So, yeah. Well, cool.
Absolutely.
Why don't we go ahead and dive into this cruise that I took recently on
Yes.
the NCL's maiden voyage, which I don't think they actually call it a maiden voyage. It's the inaugural voyage. I got a certificate.
You got a certificate? Okay,
Yes,
well,
for
but
being honest.
before you go too far, because maybe not everyone is going to catch on to NCL, can you say what that means?
Norwegian Cruise Line.
There you go. Because honestly, I was one of those people, I had to take a minute to be like, I was like, oh, Norwegian
what?
Cruise Line. Yeah.
Say what?
I just wanted us to say it out loud.
Yeah. So it was Norwegian Cruise Line's inaugural sailing of the Luna,
Yes.
which is their newest ship at this point. Mm-hmm. And we rode out of Civitavecchia, Rome. This was me and my sister-in-law. We did this probably 2 months ago now.
Yeah.
She was looking forward to 8 days at sea. I was looking forward to the challenge of it all.
8 days at sea.
8 days at sea in the middle of the ocean for a land lover like me. So I was like, okay, I'll take that challenge. Let's see. But with it, I added a no internet and a no TV challenge to myself as well to see how that would go.
Alex would never survive with no TV.
No.
I could do both.
Right. And I think stronger people can do both. I said that out loud. Yes.
You know he's going to be listening. I'm like, Alex, are you going to listen to our shows again this season?
Right. Oh, I'm not worried about that. That's going to be a year from now. You won't listen to him.
Oh, my goodness.
But we met a bunch of diehard folks. And we didn't realize that we were booking the inaugural voyage of this cruise. I liked it because Sedovechia, which I'm not saying that right, but somebody correct me.
I give you props. The word is about this long.
Right.
And I always try to spell check it when I'm doing socials.
Right. So we'll just say Rome. But I'd sailed out of there before, like a year earlier, so I was kind of familiar with the port and everything. And she liked the idea of going to Italy for a few days, and we did that for about a week ahead of time. But the group on this cruise was a really unique group of people. There were a lot of back-to-back cruisers that go from one ship to another. There were a lot of people that were ambassador level, and to be ambassador level, I think you have to have cruised, I should have looked this up beforehand, but like 150 days worth of sailing time or whatever.
Like in a calendar year?
Probably over the duration of...
Oh, wow.
But still, you're cruising a lot if you're that level and you've got the pen and all this stuff. But very interesting group of people that just love cruising.
Oh, wow.
And it was really neat. I found out a few things about the sailing. One is they have a Facebook group for every single sailing per boat. So there's a lot of people that get on the Facebook group prior to going on the cruise, and they plan a bunch of stuff. So one thing is
Who knew?
Right. They had the Mrs. Roper romp. And all these women would dress up like Mrs. Roper with the big orange afros and the caftans, and they were walking all around the boat.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up for our non-Gen Xers.
Oh.
Now, remember, we are Gen Xers, and I think I had mentioned at the tail end that I was really excited about some of these Gen X Instagram accounts that I had found.
Yes.
I'm still laughing at several of those posts, but I think you need to tell our listeners who is Mrs. Roper, and we should add a picture of her.
We'll add a picture, and Mrs. Roper is Mr. Roper's wife from the TV show
Three's Company.
Oh, it was gone. I was not going to get
it. It was a silly sitcom from the 80s.
Yes. Jack Ripper was the main guy.
Yes, and he lived with two girls.
Chrissy and
Janet,
yes, with the brown hair.
Yes. And they were just very, very silly. But everyone loved them. The Ropers were the grouchy, curmudgeon-y, older neighbors that lived upstairs. Mm-hmm. Mr. Roper was by far the most, I don't know, grouchiest type, whatever. His wife, though, while she was her character was kind of silly or whatever, she also really liked to have fun. Yeah. But she was eccentric.
Yeah.
A lot of laughs.
Stanley! That's what I remember saying a lot. It's usually funny.
Yes.
It was also St. Patrick's Day. So they had a St. Patrick's Day parade and bar hop. And
nice.
It was just fun to see everybody dressed up, and they were just lit up on fire. And they did a bunch of other stuff on the cruise. I heard of a fella not bringing a belt and asking his cruise partners, hey, can I borrow a belt from somebody? So it's just all these different little things that I think adds to the cruise and your connections on the cruise and everything. So it's something that I'll look into the next time before I board. The other good thing about this cruise was they only booked it to 70% capacity. And from what I understand with the transatlantic cruises, those often don't book out anyway, but I guess because this was inaugural, a lot of people wanted to be on it, the first sailing and everything, but they capped it at 70%. Mm-hmm. Now it was fully staffed.
Okay.
But they were anticipating some kinks, and of course you're on a new boat, a new ship, and new computers and everything. They did an excellent job. We saw very few kinks, maybe a little bit slow on some of the services and stuff as far as food service the first few nights, but they got to rolling really quick, and it was nothing to sneeze at all. And it's kind of fun to go watch and observe and see something get into motion like that, especially when you're from the background and training that we are. We want to see the nuts and bolts of it all. Yeah. So I thought it was compelling.
I thought that was really cool when you told me that.
Have you been on a 100% booked cruise before?
The real answer is I wouldn't know if I was or not.
Well, you can't get into the venues because it's already packed out, or you have to go so early, like an hour ahead of time.
Then I would say if that's a criteria, not knowing the actual statistics, yes. Absolutely, I would say, because my last cruise was Royal Caribbean. I absolutely don't remember which one, which is probably a no-no to not know. But
what ship you were on?
I wasn't fully in charge of planning that. That was actually a full family cruise with Alex's family. So I don't have the details. It wouldn't be hard for me to get. But it was very difficult to get into some of the venues and all the things. But for you, it sounds like it was not.
Right. No, I was able to get in and out of anything just about easily at the right times. And so I highly recommend that. That lent itself to me to thinking more in the direction of transatlantic or some of these cruises that aren't as popular, so that you can have a little bit less of a population.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's in my head to maybe look at that a little bit further. But this boat was really beautifully decorated, thoughtfully designed, like down to little details like having a chair that fits every body type. So you had the ones for the tall people, and you had the ones for the wide people, and you had the ones for the short people like me. I like my feet to touch the ground.
Yes.
And then there was even a swivelly one that I was able to use. The thing that was a little bit different about this ship and other ships that I've been on the Joy and I've been on the Epic, they have a great big screen right in the middle of, I think they call it the atrium.
Okay.
And that was a fun area because you could watch that screen from all 3 floors, and they would play a movie or they would play sports.
Oh, that's cool.
But it was like a really neat area to just watch everybody come and go, and it was just kind of the center of everything. They've done away with that in this new Prima class. I've been on Prima and I've been on Luna now. And so it's cut up a little bit differently. They stated that it was because of the feedback that they got from the passengers wanting more places to play cards and connect and all that stuff. And it does lend itself to that type feel.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know if it's an improvement or it's different. And it depends on what you're going for, what you're looking for out of a cruise. I kind of like the big screens there. And I like the big hub of activity. So to each his own.
I like the idea, though, that they said due to customer feedback. So I'm thinking enough people had to suggest it. And I guess depending on which one you like, you have your choice of which cruise line to book.
Right. And what I've learned is it depends on the boat that you're on, too. So NCL, I think, has 3 or 4 different classes of boats. So from 2,000 passenger to 6,000 passenger. So you're going to have a difference there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the classes of boats, I think this Prima class has that separation, and I don't want to say more adult, but maybe that kind of feel. I don't know. But definitely before you go out on a boat, I would say do research on that boat and see. Like I went on the Epic last year, and we're going to do an episode on that. That was different. That was built for a European audience. And it's a lot different to sail on that type of ship than it was on this one. So yeah, just note to self, be sure to research the boat as well.
Good advice.
So it had a great theater. It had some cool musical production. It had Elton John, a feature about him, an Eagles tribute. They had a show called Hiko. It was like a Cirque du Soleil type show, which was different. It had the strength and the music and everything. But every night they had a different venue that either had an acoustic guitar player or a pianist. And I loved going to all that. That's not something that I do in my normal life. So it's something that I really enjoyed.
Cool.
But I would like to talk about the mindset and the thought process of a 10-day at sea. They weren't all contiguous. There were at least 8 days at sea. And I just want to share some of my challenges to help you decide if this is the type of cruise that you want to take or not. So the food was great on the Luna.
Okay.
But immediately I started overindulging. I'm not a 3 meal a day type person, but I was eating 3 meals a day and a snack and sometimes desserts. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it was just a large volume of food for me. And some of that was boredom because I'm not watching TV. I'm not doing internet. What do I do with myself? My mind was unsettled and I couldn't read. So I ate a lot. Going into it, I had this plan to exercise, but I tried to exercise, but I was jet lagged and I was tired. And then when you go to exercise, the boat's rocking and the seas are rough and the wind is blowing and it's raining outside, so you can't get outside. I tried to go on the treadmill and that didn't work very well for me at all. I've been prone to vertigo in the past, so I'm like really cautious and really safe, and I don't want to tick off vertigo or anything. So the best thing for me to do is like just sit around all day or lay down.
That can be too much. I can speak from personal experience recently.
Right.
You know, when you're used to being on the go and active, which we both are.
Right.
I think for me, that would be probably the worst part. I don't have vertigo, thankfully, but I have tons of motion sickness. So I am also very cautious about all that. And I think the worst thing for me would be on the sea, rocking and rolling.
Right.
Ugh.
And I didn't anticipate. So normally I'm 4 to 8 mile walker a day.
Yeah.
And I didn't anticipate the anxiousness or the spinniness that was being created within me from not exercising and getting some of that energy and stuff out.
Right.
So that was part of it. I talked about no internet, no TV for 13 days. The TV's not as hard for me. The internet, I am an interneter, and I was doing this a lot. And I just wanted to break some of that habit, and I wanted to think my own thoughts for a few days and just be free of all that. So I vowed myself to only using the 150-minute free minutes that they give you when you get on board. So I would go and I'd check my email once a day or so. I'd send you an email or I'd do a couple of things here.
I enjoyed my few emails.
But I was reading my email one day and I got an email from my Roku device, and I thought, well, that's weird. But I didn't think anything of it because you get spammy emails, but it didn't get cleared from spam, and it came through to my real email, so I just pushed it aside. The next day when I'm checking my email, I get 2 more. Well, I was good and spun up by that time, and overfed and overindulged, and in my mind, it just started racing, and it just started going, ugh. Well, by the time I sent you an email asking you, oh my gosh, could you go check my house? I had decided that somebody had broken in. They stole all 3 of my Rokus. They sold them on the black market. Other people were trying to log into them. So in addition to that, they probably also stole my identity, and I can't get any texts or emails because I'm in the middle of the ocean, and I'm not getting notified of any of this stuff because my SMS text isn't working, and I had just worked myself completely up into a frenzy. And you got an email from me, and what did it say?
I did not realize that that you were actually so spooked. You don't come across that way, so it's really funny to hear you describe where you got. I felt like you just really sent 1 or 2 sentences and just said, hey, can you please go just take a look? I had a couple of spammy emails that made me uncomfortable. And that was really it. And it worked out well because Alex and I had to be in town. Mm-hmm. And here we came. And yes. I got to talk to your sweet neighbor.
Yes. Thank you, Lamar. Lamar always watches out for me. But yeah, I appreciated you guys coming over and checking it. And that gave me a lot of peace of mind the next couple of days or whenever when I read my email again.
Yeah.
But like I say, I was in a fetal position crying on my bed, and I was all upset. And
aww.
One of the books that I brought was this book, The Big Leap.
Okay.
And right after I sent this email to you, I'm reading in this book, and it's the first few pages of it. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to read a couple from page 5.
Okay.
The author's talking about having a kid that went off to summer camp, and he started getting worried about her, and to the point that he called the counselor and made sure everything was okay. And the counselor was like, oh, she's fine. Everything's fine. You're the one with a problem.
Right.
And it tipped off some of these thought processes within Mr. Hendricks here. And he says, I thanked her and hung up. I felt a bit foolish, but I also knew something important had just happened here. I was wondering, how did I go from feeling good in one moment to manufacturing a stream of painful images in the next? Suddenly, the light of awareness dawned on me. I manufactured the stream of painful images because I was feeling good. Some part of me was afraid of enjoying positive energy for any extended period of time. When I reached my upper limit on how much positive feeling I could handle, I created a series of unpleasant thoughts to deflate me. The thoughts manufactured were guaranteed to make me return to a state I was more familiar with, not feeling so good. Worrying about the children away from home is always a handy way to feel bad, but I knew that if I hadn't pulled up those particular worried thoughts, I would have done something else to derail my train of thought or to dampen my mood. So yeah, I thought about that for the next few days. I prayed about it. I took some time to calm my mind down. And like I say, I just started chewing on this. It was really good to consider upper limit thinking. And I haven't left it behind. I'm still thinking about it. Like every time I get into a little nyeh with somebody or I start feeling bad or whatever, do I have an upper limit problem? And am I not allowing myself to have full enjoyment? Have you ever thought about, having not read the book, I understand.
Right.
But just having that little snippet, have you thought about upper limit problems or sabotaging yourself from feeling good or feeling your best?
Honestly, no. I have never really had that type of thought process. But I think that did come for you at a great time, because by the next time I got an email from you, you were relaxed and happy and you had moved on. So it kind of just reminds me of one of those things that I love to say about books. And actually, one of the books that I devoured earlier this year, it's called The Reading List. Mm-hmm. And it's really about how you can build community around books, but that a book can speak to someone at a specific time and either help them or commiserate with them, all the things. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what you're describing. Yeah. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yep. So I have another confession before I move on. And I just want to say that in addition to the freak out, I also overspent at the casino quite a bit.
Naughty.
I was bored. I didn't know what to do with myself. So I went through my allotment, my backup money, and then I went through the backup to my backup money.
Oh, Joy, you know how I feel about gambling.
Right. And
I'm not going to judge you, though.
So do I. But I completely lost my mind at some point at this.
Wow.
And I wasn't afraid. I wasn't fearful, like being in the middle of the ocean or whatever. But I just had all this pent up.
I think, honestly, knowing you, it's not having the exercise. So what I'm hearing for our friends out there listening is, if you're a very, very active person physically on the daily, this could be a consideration for you.
Yeah.
I did not realize, we purposely did not talk about certain elements of her travel so that our conversation could be fresh.
Yeah.
And so I'm over here kind of like, and all of the, all of this stuff. But I think that it was your inability to do your physical activity for sure.
Yeah.
That created that. And meanwhile, I'm over here laughing about myself. I hate gambling so much. Mm-hmm. I get hardly any enjoyment out of it whatsoever. I'm that person that I think, honestly, the last time I physically remember gambling, I lost $20 and I was done. I was hot. Uh-huh. I was just mad. I was like, I could have taken that $20 and I could have gone and bought something yummy to eat.
Yeah. Or anything else besides just feeding a machine.
Right. Which, Alex laughs at me because he enjoys, in moderation, his favorite thing is that Wheel of Fortune machine or whatever.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
He loves that. And I'm just like, I do it a few times and I'm kind of like,
you're done.
What else? My goodness.
So I had a lot of issues finding my spot on the boat. And it was, a lot of times, it was just too people-y.
Okay.
And you would go and you would sit down and it would be this stupid music with dumb lyrics. And I think that everything that you put in your head needs to be paused over, needs to be clarified, if you will.
Okay.
And just listening to these dumb lyrics saying you're doing this dumb stuff, I couldn't stand it. So I was having an issue there.
So what you're saying is they didn't have cool 70s and 80s music?
I didn't find it until later.
Oh, okay.
So it took me several days to settle in. And just to recap, I was completely off my game physically, mentally, and you nailed it. I was still a little sleep deprived and jet lagged from the trip over. But I finally had a shift, and it was after the meltdown and everything, where I felt like I was able to enjoy myself and it was past the halfway mark, unfortunately.
Oops.
But I just started living my normal life, if you will.
Okay.
And that's getting up early before 3,000 of my other friends get up. I finally found, again, the perfect chair, which was so important. It swiveled. My feet could touch the ground. It was up on the 7th floor, and they played old-timey, jazzy music from
nice.
The 30s and stuff like that. And I love that music. It's nostalgic for me. I think my parents must have played it.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
But I absolutely loved it. And I would spend 3-4 hours up there in the mornings. I'd get up there at 6 and leave around 10.
I feel like we have a Where's My Journal social from your chair.
Yes.
I just didn't realize that it was a special chair until now.
It was my spot.
Okay. All right.
And it was so important. But I also cut back to 2 meals a day. I don't usually eat breakfast or anything. So I stopped eating that on the boat. I would just have my coffee in the morning. That did a lot for my body and my mood, I think. As the weather was starting to clear up, so I was able to get out and walk on the perimeter of the deck a little bit. But I also started doing some isometric exercises and balance stuff. And that worked for me. It was tiring me out a little bit and getting rid of some of that energy. Mm-hmm. I also stopped spending money at the casino because I didn't have any left.
For heaven's sake.
Terrible. But I just tried to avoid that floor altogether, and I would make special arrangements to go down different hallways and enter if I had to go on the 6th floor.
Oh my goodness.
So I wouldn't have to walk through the casino. I know.
Hey,
But
do they let you smoke in there?
You can go out onto a deck, like deck 16, and there's one little area where smokers convene.
Okay.
When I was feeling more like myself, it made it easier to meet other people and have conversations with people. Marcia was great. She's a very people-y person, and she would meet people, and then she would share them with me. So that was fun. She met some girls, and they played cards mostly every day, and I would dip in and out of them playing cards, and we'd pay 5 crowns, which is a really fun game if you guys haven't played it before. But then they'd come to dinners with us and stuff, so it was fun having new blood at dinner and new conversations and everything. And when I went into this whole thing, I was wondering, is it going to be like an adult summer camp? Is it going to be, I don't know, was it going to have that vibe? And it wasn't really like summer camp, but it was what I would call a greenhouse. And it was where you could cultivate and grow conversations and grow relationships. Or not. But there were no hard feelings or anything, and I feel like everybody was on their best behavior. There was no divisive political speech.
Oh, that's good.
There were people that would kind of dip their toes in the water a little bit, and if you bit, you bit, but if you didn't want to bite, you weren't forced to.
That's good.
And it was just this weird utopia that I haven't experienced for many years. I mean, I haven't been in the corporate world for a while.
Right.
I don't know. Where else are you going to have conversations with people that are free-flowing and you can continue them day after day? I don't have an environment like that.
Day after day. Okay.
Networking groups, a little bit. That's kind of month after month, but you lose track of people and you're not.
Right.
I don't know. It was just this neat way to meet people.
Says the introvert.
Says the introvert. And that it helped the introvert to see the same people day after day after day. And the introvert opened up a little bit more quickly because she knew that she would see them the next day. I don't know. It was just this cool environment.
Okay.
And meeting the people was the best part for me. I mean, the food's good. The relaxation is good. I don't know that me in my current life need that level of relaxation with nothing. But for me, my takeaway was the people. And I just want to talk about some of those people that I met because they were interesting. The first guy is the duck. He was a British bloke from England. My accents are really bad these days. I used to be really good at them. But he had traveled all over the world, and he was this large man, and he was intimidating. But you could tell he was just a teddy bear.
Did he wear the hat? You know, like the...
He did have a hat.
Okay, I knew it. I knew it.
And he had duck pants too, which was very interesting.
Duck pants. You mean like material with ducks on them?
With rubber duckies on them, yes.
Oh.
And when he was wearing those, he was hiding ducks for other people to find. And it's just a game that they play for the staff and for the passengers or whatever that was fun. But
who knew?
He was so interesting, and he told these great spit out your beer type stories. And I asked him, I was like, "Are you an international spy?" And he's like, "No."
So he is a cruise often person.
Yes, he's kind of a back-to-backer.
Okay.
And I'm sure I will probably see the duck again some other time.
Hi, duck.
But he was a former rugby coach. So that was interesting. I love rugby. And it's interesting. He only lived a mile away from the Cadbury factory in England.
Oh, cool.
And Cadbury is my favorite chocolate of all time. But he thought, and I don't know if this is true or not, but he said that Monsanto bought Cadbury and then screwed up the recipe, and
what?
People in the area stopped buying it and whatever. So he might be a little biased if any of that's true. But his favorite chocolate is TIM TAMs.
Oh.
And TIM TAMs are from Australia. And I have some TIM TAMs here that we're going to try in a few minutes to see if they're better than Cadbury.
I am never going to turn down chocolate, but we definitely need to do the bulk of our talking. And I need to tell you that I have 5 questions that I am going to spit out to you when you're done describing some of your favorite people. So just kind of have that in the back of your mind. I've prepared those for you.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that in chocolate. I only have a few more. TJ, I met TJ. He was from Minnesota or Missouri. I don't remember. So one of those states that starts with the letter M. And he was a former EMT. He had worked in a children's hospital, but he had recently made a transition over to tech. And he was doing accessibility work within tech.
Okay.
So a person that was blind or deaf or had awkward mobility, he was trying to help them figure out how to deposit their checks remotely and do things like that. So just very interesting, compelling.
Better quality of life type of initiatives.
Yes, and he was talking about the testing, and it was just really interesting. And like I say, everybody kind of leaves a little imprint on you. And that made me think, oh, I need to consider tech again. Just some of the things that he said. And I was like, okay. So I also met Lenny. She was one of our card playing buddies.
All right.
And she loved her husband so much. He was a lawyer. She was his paralegal. She was also a travel agent. So we talked about travel agenting and everything, but just the way that she loved her husband so much. And he would call and it would be Mr. Prince Charming on the phone or something like that. And I was just like, oh,
that's sweet.
Isn't it?
It is sweet.
And it just leaves, like I say, a little mark. Her friend was Barbara. I do not have permission from Barbara, but she was of an age where a lot of people are sitting on a couch and mildewing.
Oh.
But Barbara was up and running and cruising and wanting to do her next cruise. And so that was just kind of inspirational to me too. She had just retired from working in Las Vegas at one of the hospitals.
Okay.
And she was there the night that shooting, that awful one.
They're all
she was
awful.
describing
Oh my gosh.
some of that mass shooting stuff.
Yes.
Just very interesting again. And she inspired me with her get up and go-ness and willingness to travel and keep going. I met Pastor Joe. He is a pastor from Philadelphia, and he's been on this health journey, and he's trying to figure out how to do things naturally. And he had lost this weight, and he was doing better with his blood work, and just hearing some of that was really inspirational. He had gone through some medical stuff, and just really, really cool. Ambassador Joe, I didn't know him very well, but he had a great smile, and he was one of those multi-cruisers that had the pin, and he was there all the time.
So they wear it proudly.
They wear it proudly.
They want you to know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Ambassador Joe. And then we met Dustin. He was loud and brash, but he was very funny. He was an equal opportunity offender. You know, it did not matter your sex, your age, your weight, any of that stuff. He was going after you. But he was also so kind, and I saw him be so kind to some of the ladies in there, and it was just neat to be around him.
Any idea what his background was besides crap talker?
Military.
There you go.
Turned hospital type work.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And then there was this gentleman from Canada named Jay. Jay lives in the Philippines. He's gone longer and longer each year. He started at 1 month, now it's 2, and now he's up to 3 months a year in the Philippines.
Is that like the cap? I think there's a cap.
He was talking to me about green cards. And
Yeah.
I don't remember all the things.
Yeah.
But he was comfortable with the 3 months at this point.
Okay.
But you had to go back and extend the green card and do the thing. So I don't know the answer to that.
You said he's from Canada.
He is.
Okay. Now
So that might be different than a U.S. person.
Right. And the reason I'm thinking about it is because that book that you gave me to borrow.
Oh, yeah.
You know which one?
Yeah.
My goodness. It's something about,
Living like a nomad.
Yes.
Yeah.
It had that whole section on different countries will allow you to stay different lengths of time.
Okay.
Which I found interesting. I mean, I guess I'd never even considered staying somewhere so long that would become a thing. Mm-hmm. Currently, as you know, my long-term goal is to be up in northern Italy 30 days.
Yeah.
That's like my next dream trip. Mm-hmm. But yes, I didn't realize that some countries will definitely cap you.
Yeah. 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 So
It sounds like there were so many great personalities.
right. And like I say, every person just leaves a little imprint on you.
Yes.
It's something they'll say, something they don't say, a mood, an attitude, their way of life, an action or an interaction. You just learn something about them, and you learn something about yourself. So
I love that.
I would say that was the richest part of the cruise was the people. Now, was it just these people on this cruise? Or is it all people on all cruises? Or, like I say, it was just very unique, not having to get off, not having to make stops, having a little bit of boredom, not being able to get off the boat. It was just this unique greenhouse
I can see that
environment for that. So, what are your thoughts? Would you do a 13-dayer or an 8-day transatlantic? What?
You see me taking this big
breath
or whatever. I think a couple of things jump out. I think my general answer is going to be, I don't know. I have pros and cons for both. You had mentioned at the very beginning of sharing this I'm still going to say maiden voyage because that sounds like the right thing for me. You know, you had talked about it maybe not being the transatlantic as popular. So my mind went to, there's also all of these other types of cruises, like even in the US, you can go on some of those river cruises or all down the Northeast or whatever, which I think I would consider as maybe not as popular as well. So I'd be curious to know if there are people who do stuff like that over and over, but maybe in different areas. I've already listed some of my concerns about transatlantic. I think I would be fine. My biggest concern would be coming up on poor weather.
Yeah.
Because it's not that it's small, but it's probably a smaller ship based on what you're describing. And you could feel the rough weather. So that I think would be challenging for me.
I do want to say something to that point.
Okay.
This Prima class, what I've been told is the engines are in the middle.
Okay.
And so that makes a difference with the bobbling. And
Good or bad?
Better.
Oh,
Like
okay.
as far as the weight distribution and the ability. And I know that
Interesting.
Marcia and I were on the Joy in Alaska last year, and I don't know how that was built, but we had some rough seas. Like,
yeah, see that is my thing. We did not have that. Granted, we didn't go super far. I don't think I've ever been on a super far cruise. The longest cruise I've been on was the last one that the family did, and gosh, I don't remember how long. It was good enough. What I think I would love though is the not having the hustle and bustle.
yeah.
I could take some books. I think when you go on a cruise like that, you have to be mindful of who you're going with and what that looks like. Like, I could never take Mikey on a cruise like that right now at this time in his life. You know what I mean?
Mikey, you're not going on the cruise.
Well, I don't think that he would enjoy at his age something like this. It wouldn't be stimulating enough for him, but he's in college and he's in a totally different place. I feel like I could go on something like that with you or with Lynn.
Yeah.
And we could really enjoy the long aspects that you're talking about.
Yep.
Honestly, I do think. Do you have any other final thoughts before I give you some questions?
No, hit me with the questions.
Okay. There's 5.
Okay.
And they should all be relatively easy.
Pass. Oh, wait. Okay, go ahead.
I actually stopped and looked up what?
Say what?
All right. So what I heard as a key call out was the maiden voyage cruise being capped at 70%.
That was my understanding.
Clearly the goal of probably cruise lines in general, not maiden voyage, is to probably get as close to target capacity as possible. I'm not sure what that is for a cruise line. I don't know if they truly target 100 or maybe something.
Right, or do they target 110% and is the ratio that they abandon? Yeah.
Since you have cruised more than I have in recent years, what are your thoughts on capacity? Do you feel like outside of this one, you've been closer to capacity on your previous cruises?
Yes, I think we were close to capacity on Epic because, like I say, we couldn't get into the shows unless we went an hour early to get seating.
Yeah. Okay.
The buffet was a lot bigger. It was very difficult to get food in there unless you were elbowing people or going
I would not
weird
like that.
times.
Yeah.
So I personally like less people-y, or I don't know. Or is it just that people were on a different schedule and were turned around from being so out of place? I don't know. But
Did you find that cap for the Luna noticeable?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad, because I feel like it would say something if you didn't find it noticeable.
Yeah. No.
For sure.
I liked it. And I don't know if there's can you call one of the cruise agents and ask how large or how filled it is a month out or 2 weeks out or whatever. I don't know the answer to that. But you can always go on and look and see, okay, well, are the balconies sold out? Are the fancy suites sold out or
right.
whatever, and kind of get an idea of maybe.
How would you rate the Luna compared to the other ships you've recently sailed on?
I like it feels like picking a kid.
So, okay, instead of it being as stark, would you say it's very similar? I'm just talking really specifically right now, the actual physical cruise ship itself, not accounting for the size or whatever, just the ship itself. Was it similar in quality to the others that you've done? A little better, a little worse? How would you rate it in a polite way, not like demeaning or whatever?
Right. And it had that new boat smell, so that's a little intoxicating. I did like Luna and Prima as far as ship layouts and everything.
Okay.
Epic I didn't hate, but I guess that would be on the bottom of
That's
my
the
list.
European style.
Yep.
And when we do that podcast, I want to dig into that more, because I don't remember you calling that out to me previously. And I definitely think that I want to hear. And so therefore I'd like to share with our listeners.
It's a good story.
what are the key call outs between a cruise ship that is built with European travelers more in mind versus US travelers? I do have some immediate thoughts that come to mind. We don't need to talk about those right now, but I would really like to deep dive into that. So we need to make sure we have notes. Okay, let's move into question number 4. You're almost done. Question 5 is the easiest one. Number 4. I love that you eventually found your feet, so to speak.
Found my spot.
Yep. I think that your blog calls out the unique opportunity to make connections. Would you say that compared to your other cruises, this was the easiest environment for you as an introvert?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And I'll say that having Marcia there with me and Colette in the past as well, they're peoply people, and having a peoply person with me helped me as well. But in this environment, I think I could have, and did a little bit. I think I could have met people.
Okay.
I think I was open enough to meet people when I wasn't in the casino.
Oh my gosh. We're going to have some rules about casino in the future.
We are going to have rules. Yes.
All right. Last question. Let's talk food. What was your favorite or standout meal on the ship?
Filet mignon.
Okay.
At Cagney's. And probably everybody says that. But they've got this beautiful wedge salad too.
Ooh. Like with the blue cheese crumble thingies?
Delicious, yes.
Oh, nice.
And then also...
Now I'm going to ask for dessert separate.
Well, dessert.
Okay. What was the best dessert? Or your favorite? Or what stood out?
So creme brulee came to mind, but my favorite was the 7-layer chocolate cake.
Ooh.
With like mousse and... I ate that whole
cake.
thing, and I never do anything like that. But
listen,
overindulge.
As the baker, though, and a person who truly loves, and that's the bad thing for me. I know the difference between a good cake and a bad cake.
Right.
And what I have noticed over the last several years, it is harder and harder and harder to find a good cake. Mm-hmm. It just is. It's the truth. If I find a good chocolate cake in particular, game on.
Yep.
I don't want to share either. That's just like a terrible little personal confession. I will, but I don't want to.
Well, I'm going to share with you.
I'm excited to try this Tim Tam, but real quick, what was the fun activity? What was one or two besides the Mrs. Roper thing? What did they do really fun on this cruise?
I would say that the Facebook group, non-official group stuff was
a highlight.
Fun. Even though I wasn't involved with any of it, I witnessed it.
Okay.
Seeing the people get together and dress up and act a fool, and that was fun.
Okay. Thanks. All right.
Tim Tam.
Okay, well, it looks really yummy.
We got this at World Market. They also have them at Publix if you love them.
Okay.
Have
you already had some, or is this your first time?
Yes.
Oh, you have? So I can have
that bag.
More than one and not feel bad?
More than one. Are you a Cadbury chocolate person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How does that compare to Cadbury?
I'm sorry, but this is great. I love it, but they're just not the same.
I know. That's why I was a little disappointed with the Tim Tams. But like everybody that I talked to was like, oh, they're so delicious. Even the lady that I bought them from the other day, she's like, oh, I love them.
It melts so fast.
It does.
I almost literally just dropped this.
So what the duck said is you're supposed to cut the top of it off and you're supposed to cut the bottom of it off.
What?
And then you stick it in your tea and you suck the tea through.
No.
And I'm like, I don't understand how you can do that.
I'm never going to do that.
I know, neither am I.
So see, for me, Cadbury is all about the caramel Cadbury, and I freeze it. That is my jam.
I don't think I've ever had the caramel Cadbury.
Oh my gosh.
You eat it frozen?
Yes. And it is the jam. See, I'm already excited. And I just want to say that I'm excited to go try that French bakery.
Yep.
Not too far from here.
Yep.
So I'm pretty sure I'm voting for us to do that today.
Yep.
And we will obviously share on the socials. But do you know, do they serve like actual food or is it all desserts?
I couldn't tell. The menu online was really confusing. You can lick them. Don't lick your fingers on camera. Oh my goodness. Well, you guys, thank you so much for joining us today and listening all about the NCL Luna and our crazy, crazy lives. We appreciate y'all and hope that you will like, subscribe, and comment. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Well, we're going to pause here because we have to come back.
Why?
Because we were supposed to give some hints about what's coming up for season 2.
Oh, well, you didn't talk about that. You didn't tell me that. Okay, so before we sign off, talk about season 2.
Oh my gosh. Again, I am excited that here we are at season 2. Mm-hmm. I think I've gotten all this chocolate. That melted really, really fast, by the way. We've got some really cool stuff coming up for season 2. I know we talked about it briefly at the end of season 1, but just want to give everyone a quick preview. Some highlights for season 2. We are going to do a couple of episodes on Maine and May, which will also include some New Hampshire.
Oh, very good.
Yes. We will be covering your Alaska cruise.
Yes.
A couple of segments. We will be covering your 10-day Greek Isle cruise. Mm-hmm. So I love that season 2 is going to give a lot of perspective on different cruise ships, different experiences, different locations. Really good information that will come out of those outside of that, we are wrapping up lining a few people for interviews.
I'm very excited about that.
I've got some really interesting people. I'm just trying to tie down which dates they want. I'm looking forward to that. Yes.
Hurry up.
And I think we're going to throw in there a couple of day trips.
Yes.
And I'm hoping in particular that we can go to a place we had talked about the end of last year and meet some of the local businesses that are thriving in that town, maybe spend the night. So yeah, season 2 is really going to give some excellent insights into cruises, ships, interviews, and a day trip or two.
And national parks.
Possibly.
Yes.
We're going to have to see, though, because some of the interviews have popped up unexpectedly. And I'm trying, we'll have to talk about how we want to slot those.
Yep. Very good. Well, I'm not wrapping this thing up. You're going to have to wrap it up. I've already done it.
Okay, let's see if I can try to do it, close to how you do it.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone, for listening in today. We are so excited to be back with you and to open up our season 2 of Hit the Road with Mo and Joy. We hope that you will follow along. You can find us out on YouTube. She's making me laugh. Rumble, Apple Podcast, and our socials on Instagram.
Yep.
And our newest platform, Facebook. We would love for you to please follow, comment. I'll mention that we actually did get an email, a pretty detailed email request asking for some feedback. And Joy, you did a great job providing some very detailed feedback that helped one of our listeners. Actually, I believe it was from your 10-day Greek Isle cruise.
Yeah, the gentleman wanted to know more about Italy.
Yeah.
And I was able to point him kind of in the right direction for a couple of things and tell him some places to go ahead and avoid.
Yeah, really great information to have. So we'd love to hear your stories. Please comment, follow along with us, and join in with our community. We'd love to have you.
And don't forget to, I don't know where I put it.
Oh, boy.
Go look at our merch. You might see something that you have to have there. Thanks again, guys, for listening. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for tuning in to Hit the Road with Mo and Joy. If you have questions or topic suggestions, we would love to hear from you. You can connect with us through our website at hittheroadwithmoandjoy.com. On the website, you'll find all the things: socials, blogs, recommendations, inspiration, and things you might need to know for upcoming travel. And if you'd like to partner or advertise with us and connect with our amazing audience across the country, feel free to reach out to us at hittheroadwithmoandjoy.com/media. That's it from us this week, but don't forget, get out there and explore.